Ethiopian government is planning to file a case against the Eritrean government. Welcome to my views and news. Views two news stories. First one is about Ethiopia-Eritrea tension over Ethiopian demand for access to sea. It seems the Ethiopian government has adopted a multi-pronged strategy to gain access to the seas. Second news story is about Getachew Reda, the former president of Tigray. He was appointed as an advisor to Ethiopian Prime Minister yesterday, and a viewer said, Sajid, you don't know how it works. He won't be part of Abiy's cabinet. He's just an advisor. He was seen a few hours ago sitting at the cabinet of the Ethiopian PM. What happened? What was this meeting, cabinet meeting about? Let's start yours. Firstly, it seems that Ethiopian government is making preparations to file a case against the Eritrean government. About what? About access to sea. Ethiopia for over a year, Ethiopian PM for over a year has been claiming that Ethiopia has natural legal rights to gain access to sea. Ethiopia tried to talk to Eritrea in the past to gain access to a support of Eritrea. Eritrea was offered shares in Ethiopian profitable entities. Eritrea did not show any flexibility to give sea access to Ethiopia to us. And Ethiopia turned to Somaliland. It signed a controversial MOU. The MOU was opposed by Somalia. So MOU could not be implemented. And then Turkey brought Ethiopia and Somalia closer for talks. Ethiopia and Somalia have held talks, but no agreement could be reached about access to sea. Second round of talks is expected this month, reportedly. Will Ethiopia be able to reach an amicable agreement with Somalia about access to sea? That remains to be seen. But the best port which suits Ethiopia perhaps is Assab, because it's less than 50 kilometers away from Ethiopian border. Berbera as well. Both are very suitable for the Ethiopian needs. Eritrea has been saying clearly that it won't talk to Ethiopia about Assab port, that Assab is part of Eritrea. No question of any talks with Ethiopia over access to Assab port. Ethiopia used Assab in the past after Eritrean independence, but then it turned towards Djibouti's ports. Now it seems that Ethiopia is adopting a multi-pronged strategy to gain access to Assab port. One of the types of strategies followed by Ethiopia is the use of pressure. Brinkmanship, I call it. Ethiopian PM is adopting a strategy of brinkmanship to frighten Eritrean government. He is backing Eritrean opposition groups. He's flexing military muscles. He's basically telling Isaias Afwerki to talk to Ethiopian government about sea access. Isaias Afwerki showing no flexibility. Second strategy adopted by the Ethiopian government is to build international pressure, diplomatic pressure. Ethiopian ambassadors have been told to take into confidence regional players, international players, to strengthen Ethiopian case for access to sea. Third part of the strategy is legal work. Ethiopian government has hired international legal experts reportedly, and a case is being drafted to be filed at a court. 3 days ago, Ethiopian top security body held a meeting. Ethiopian Security Council, National Security Council held a meeting. The National Security Council meeting was chaired by Ethiopian Prime Minister Birhanu Jula, military chief was there too. Ridwan Hussein, head of intelligence, was there. Damascus Terone and Deputy Prime Minister was there. About Reda's other senior officers were there of the military. Issue of access to sea came in discussions, and after the meeting, a statement was circulated. It is clearly mentioned in the statement that Ethiopia will continue diplomatic, uh, legal, and peaceful ways to gain access to sea. Legal is mentioned clearly in the statement. I told you about Ethiopian interest in filing a case for access to a support a few weeks ago. Now, gradually, we're getting confirmation. In coming weeks, we could see some progress. If international experts, law experts, legal experts give this opinion to the Ethiopian government that the Ethiopian case is very strong, then Ethiopia will press ahead with filing the case against the Eritrean government. It's open to discussion when the case will be finalized, if Ethiopia will get a verdict of its choice or not. Case at international courts take time to be finalized. Secondly, the decisions of international courts are not implemented generally because obviously Ethiopia would file a case. It would require Eritrea to be a party to the case to implement the decision. Eritrea might not recognize the mandate of the court, or it might not decide to be a party to the litigation. So then the judge will have to decide the case without Eritrean representation. Who will implement the decision then? So these questions will be answered after Ethiopia files the case, which will be filed, I think, in coming months, not coming days, coming months. So far, consultation is underway. Ethiopian government wants to ensure that it gets opinion from international experts so that it is dead sure about the success of its case at the international court. Second, viewers, Getachew Reda was appointed advisor to Ethiopian Prime Minister on East Africa affairs, and today he attended first meeting of the Ethiopian Prime Minister's cabinet. When you are an advisor and your rank is equal to that of a state minister, it means you're part of the cabinet. Some viewers said such the appointment of an advisor does not mean that he or she are part of the cabinet, but advisors attend cabinet meetings, especially if their status is equal to that of a state minister. Today's meeting was about general performance of the government. Abiy's government assessed the cabinet today actually evaluated last 9 months performance of the government, and new goals have been set for the next 3 months. So it's basically a performance evaluation meeting. It has nothing to do with Getachew's portfolio, East Africa affairs. Getachew was there, so he has joined PM Abiy's cabinet. All cabinet members are not Prosperity Party members. Naga was there, Blatemola was there from Nama. In which capacity is Getachew attending Prosperity Party's meetings? Not PP's meeting, but PM Abiy's cabinet meetings in an individual capacity. How long will he continue being part of Abiy's cabinet in individual capacity? Will his portfolio be changed? I think it's very likely that in coming months, his portfolio will be changed. He is an excellent speaker. His communication skills are outstanding, I think. So perhaps Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Information, perhaps would be best suited to his abilities. Let's see. But today, he was seen attending Abiy's cabinet meeting in Addis Ababa. Thank you for watching.